Welcome everybody to the channel, and today we got another game in our 70s Best of Tournament. First round matchup here between the 78 Milwaukee Brewers and the 1972 Chicago White Sox. Brewers took game one, and here in game two we are in the fourth inning. Larry Sorenson on the mound for Milwaukee, and Stan Bahnsen on the mound for the White Sox. White Sox lead it 1-0 here. They scored one in the first, and that's where we stand. 2 hits for Milwaukee so far against Bahnsen. And here we go. Here in the top of the fourth, it's Rick Reichert to lead it off. He's 0 for 1. He's hitting .333 so far, 2 for 6. Pitch to Reichert. 1-1-1. That's going to be strike 3.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high, hard one that jammed him and struck him out.
Am I ever going to learn about shutting my sounds off when I'm playing online? I don't think I will. All right. Here's Ed Spezio. 72 White Sox were 87 and 67 in the AL West in 72. Chuck Tanner was their manager. Here's Ed Spezio. He has struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. 1-3-1. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Don Money's there. He's got it. And there's 2 away here in the fourth. It's going to bring up Ed Herman. Ed Herman, the catcher today, hitting .600. He's 3 for 5 so far. He singled his first time up here today. One of the 5 hits for the White Sox. Pitch. 1-6-2. And that's a curveball in there for a strike. And down goes Herman. So a nice inning there from Larry Sorenson. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Here come the Brewers. Cecil Cooper to lead it off. Cooper, 2 for 4 so far in this series. He singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. The pitch to Cooper. 6-1-4. There's a fly ball, deep right field. Back goes Kelly. He's near the track and make the catch for the out. And there's 1 away. It's going to bring up Larry Heisel. Heisel struck out his first time up. He homered, hit a grand slam in game 1 that led the way for the Brewers. He had a big year in 1978. 290, 34 homers. He's batting .600 in this series so far. The pitch to Heisel. 1-1-4. There's a walk. He's going to draw a walk here. Nobody's on base. And a 1-out walk to Heisel will bring up Ben Oglivie. Ben Oglivie grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 4-4-4. This could be 2. On the ground to short. Morales flips it to second for 1. Back to first. And no, they're not going to get Oglivie. He beats out the relay. So that's going to be 2 outs. That would have been the end of the inning. Let's see if the Brewers can take advantage of this. Brewers were 93 and 69 in the AL East in 1978, but that was only good for 3rd place for Bamberger and the Brewers. Of course, they would go on to win the World Series in '82. Sixto Lizcano steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He is still looking for his first hit of this series. The pitch. 2-5-1. 2-5-1's a fly ball. Left field. May going back. He's there. He's got it. And the inning's over. So The Brewers can't take advantage, and we head to the top of the fifth. It's still 1-0 Chicago. Here's Rich Morales to lead it off. He's 0 for 1. 4-2-3. That's on the ground to third. Big hop for money. Across the diamond and one away here in the fifth. It's going to bring up Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly started this game with a triple and then came home on the sacrifice fly to make it 1-0, and that's how we stand here in the fifth. Here's the pitch to Kelly. 4-2-1. On the ground to first. Big hop. He'll take it to the bag himself for Cooper. And that's 2 away here in the fifth. It's going to bring up Mike Andrews. Oh, that wasn't a sac fly, was it? It was a ground out RBI. Infield played back, and they gave up the run, and now that run they gave up in the first has them down. Andrews 1 for 2. 4-2-5. On the ground to short. Robin Yount. It's a 31. And he's not going to make the play. He loses it as he tries to transfer the ball to his throwing hand and drops it safe at first as Andrews. It's an error on Yount. So a 2-out error, and that's going to bring up the big man, Dick Allen. Dick Allen, 3 for 6 so far in this series. He's 1 for 2 today. Big year for Dick Allen in 1972. 308, 37 homers. And the pitch, 2-3-3. That's going to be strike 3 on the outside corner. Oh, Allen's not happy about that call as he is upset walking back to the dugout. That'll end the fifth for Chicago. We head to the bottom half. Still 1-0 Chicago. Here's Robin Yount to lead it off. He popped out his first time up. He's batting 200 so far. 1 for 5. 2-4-4. And that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. Reichert's there. He's got it. 1 away. Gorman Thomas comes to the plate. Gorman still looking for his first hit. He struck out his first time up. He had a pretty decent year in 1978, 246 with 32 homers. The pitch to Gorman, 1-6-2, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Swung at one in the dirt, and there's 2 away here in the fifth. That'll bring up Charlie Moore. The catcher for the Brewers, he singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. He's having a good series so far. 3 for 5. The pitch. 5-2-6. Fly ball. Center field. Reichert camps under it. He's going to make the grab, and the inning's over. We head to the sixth. It's 1-0 Chicago. Sorenson back to the mound. Sorenson has been strong. Gave up that leadoff triple, and that was pretty much it. He's been solid. And now Chicago trying to add some insurance here. They need it badly. This offense of the Brewers can only be held down for so long. Here's Carlos May. 1 for 2. He doubled his first time up. The pitch to Carlos May. 6-2-5. Shaded. This one's hit. Well hit. 53 or higher. It's going to get out of here. And it is a base hit. Cannot get the roll. So, second hit of the day for Carlos May. He's on with a leadoff single. He's going to try to get a lead. And he cannot. It's going to bring up Bill Melton. Melton 0 for 2. The pitch. 5-4-2. That's going to be a fly ball. Lazy fly ball to right. Lexicano is under it. He's got it for the first out. Here comes Rick Reichert. He's 0 for 2. 2-6-4. That's going to be a little looper into center field. Here comes Gorman Thomas. Can he get to it? Oh, it drops in. A base hit. Thomas got a late jump on it, and Carlos May will head over to third. And the Chicago White Sox have something going here in the sixth. They already lead it 1-0. They want to add some on, and here comes Ed Spezio. Infield will play in at the corners, and Yount and Molitor will look to go for a double play here. The pitch to Spezio. 5-4-6 as I drop the dice behind the thing here. 5-4-6. That's a fly ball. This is not going to be deep enough. Thomas coming in will make the catch. May tags to bluff a throw home, but it's cut off, and everybody stays put. 2 outs. That's going to bring up Ed Herman. 1 for 2. This is a big at bat here. 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. 5-2-1. This should end the inning. Fly ball. Right field. Lexicano's there. He's got it. And a big out. And a good job by Larry Sorenson. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It remains 1-0. That inning might come back to haunt Chicago. 2 men on with only 1 out. Here's Molitor to lead it off. Molitor 0 for 2. 5-4-4. Fly ball center field. Reichert. He's there. He's got it. 1 away. It's going to bring up Don Money. 0 for 2 today. 1-5-2. There's strike 3. Don Money strikes out. 2 away for Cecil Cooper. Cecil Cooper. Cecil Cooper. Cecil. One of the two. I believe it's Cecil. I used to always call him Cecil. Cecil Fielder. This probably is Cecil. He's 1 for 2 today. Nobody on. 2 outs. The pitch. 5-1-6. And he walked him. A 2-out walk. That is the second walk given up by Bahnsen. And now he'll have to face the big man. Larry Heisel steps in. 2 outs, 1 on. The pitch. 4-3-3. This one's on the ground to third. Spezio. Oh, Spezio's not a good fielder. And he's going to boot it. Can't come up with it. Everybody's safe. Spezio picks the ball up in disgust. And there's 2 outs and 2 men on for Ben Ogilvy. Ogilvy 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. The pitch. 4-4-3. And there's another ground ball. This one's chopped towards short, but Spezio cuts it off and throws it to first for the out. Inning over. We head to the 7th. Remains 1-0 here in Milwaukee. County Stadium. Brewers up 1-0, and they're still got plenty of time here to take this one. Sorenson back to the mound. Here's Rich Morales. He's 0 for 1. 1-4-3. Ground ball. Shortstop. Yount's got it. Over to Cooper. 1 away. Here's Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly standing in against Larry Sorenson. He's got the biggest hit of the day, a triple to lead off the game, and then came home for the game's only run. Here's the pitch to Kelly. 2-4-6. And that's a pop-up. It's going to be in foul ground. Money towards the dugout. He'll make the grab for the out. 2 outs. Nobody on, and here's Mike Andrews. Andrews, 1 for 3. 5-5-4. That's going to be ball 4. He walked him. Now we'll roll on the M chart. And that's going to be a possible pickoff error as Sorenson throws over to first and scooped out of the dirt by Cooper. Nice play by Cooper to keep Andrews at first. And now Dick Allen steps in. Intimidating batter here. Sorenson stares in, sets and delivers. 2-1-4. This is a little slow roller back to the mound. Bahnsen is going to take it and take it himself all the way to first to get the out. Scooped up by Sorenson, and he runs to the bag for the out. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. Brewers only have 2 hits today off Stan Bahnsen. And it's going to be Lascano, Yount, and Thomas here. Looking at their lineups, I was surprised to see that Thomas batted 8th in the lineup quite a bit during this season with his 30-plus homers. So Lascano stands in. He's 0 for 2. The pitch. Uh-oh, 6-4-1. That's drilled into the gap. Pat Kelly's after it. And he's not going to be able to catch up. It's going to roll to the wall. Lascano's going to second. He might try for 3. He will not. They're going to hold him up at second. So Lascano hits it towards the gap, gets by Kelly, and he's got a leadoff double. 3rd hit of the day for the Brewers. Here's Robin Yount, and Robin Yount's going to bunt here. 4, and then a 2-4. He gets it down. Dick Allen's going to field it and get the out at first. Lascano moves over to 3rd, so 1 out. Tying run at 3rd base. Here's Gorman Thomas. He has struck out twice against Bahnsen. The pitch. 5-1-3. And he walked him. He was careful there with Gorman Thomas. Thomas will take first, so runners at the corners, only 1 out. They've been in this position before. This time, let's see if they can pull something out of it. Charlie Moore stands in. He's 1 for 2. The pitch. 5-5-4. That's going to be a base hit. Infield single in the hole. Morales has no play, and in to score with the tying run comes Lascano. Brewers have tied the crowd on their feet. Now we roll on the M chart. 3-6. That's going to be a wild pitch. Runners will move up, and now they have the go-ahead run at 3rd base for Paul Molitor. Infield in. The pitch from Bahnsen. 6-3-5. This might be deep enough. Carlos May, nope. They're going to hold Thomas at 3rd on the fly out to left. So 2 outs for Don Money. Big run there at 3rd base. The pitch from Bahnsen. 4-4-2. This one's hit towards second. It's going to get through. Here comes Moore. He'll score. A 2-run single by Don Money. And the Brewers grab the 3-1 lead here in the 7th. Don Money fired up at first base. Huge hit as Mike Andrews could not come up with it. His 4 range was just too much. That middle infield's not good. Here's Cecil Cooper. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. 3-4-6. That's going to be our first possible rare play. It's a 2, and that means Cooper. They're going to try to get, nope, they got to get Cooper. And they got him. Nice play by Bahnsen to get the runner at first for the 3rd out, but the damage is done. Brewers score 3 in the 7th and take the 2-run lead here into the 8th. Here's Carlos May to lead it off. He's 2 for 3. 5-4-6. That's a ball 4. He walked him. Sorenson walks the leadoff man. That'll bring up Bill Melton. Melton, 0 for 3. 4-4-2. On the ground towards second. It's going to get off of Molitor's glove and into short right field. May's going to hold up at second. And the Chicago White Sox have the first 2 batters on. Can they answer these Brewers? Sorenson. See, Reichert's due up. They're going to try to ride Sorenson's right arm. Reichert steps in, and he is going to bunt. Or are they going to let him bat? Oof. If he bunts, we got Spezio, Herman, Morales. Yeah, they're going to bunt. Reichert squares 5, and then a 1-4. It's going to be a good bunt. Don Money barehands it, throws to first, and gets him. So good bunt by Reichert. So tying run now at second base with only 1 out. Here's Ed Spezio. They're playing the infield back. They're not gonna. They'll give up the run for a hit, for a ground out. Spezio. Let's see what we got on the bench. Oops, wrong player. Tony Muser is going to come in to pinch hit here. The left-hander. It's his first at-bat of the series. 61 at-bats in the 72 season. He hit 279. The pitch to Tony Muser. 3-6-4 base hit. Big hit. Could this get both of them in? It will. We're tied. Lezcano's throw is late. And Tony Muser ties the game with a huge pinch hit. The White Sox tie it at 3. Here's Ed Herman. Oh my, 6-6-1 against the right-hander. This might be. It could be. Nope. It's going to be a base hit. Luckily, Sorenson doesn't give up many homers. And that might be it for Sorenson. Eduardo Rodriguez will be the new pitcher. White Sox have two runners on with one out. And here's Rich Morales. 1-3-3. Struck him out. Hits him with the fastball. 2 outs. Going to leave it up to Pat Kelly. Kelly, 1-for-4. 5-4-1. And that's going to be a ground ball short. This should end the inning. Out over to first, and the side is retired. But Chicago rallies to tie it on the pinch hit single from Tony Muser. And now, third baseman will be Melton. No. Huh. Yeah, we're going to move Melton over to third. And we'll put somebody else in at DH. Here's Larry Heisel, Bahnsen. Back out there for the 8th. The pitch, 3-4-6. It's a possible rare play. It's a 1. It's a possible foul out. And it's a 22. And it's caught by the shortstop, Morales, in foul ground. Nice play by Morales to run that one down for the first out. Big out there to get Heisel. That'll bring up Ben Ogleby. 0-for-3. 4-5-3. Ground ball towards third. Melton has to charge. He throws and got him. Nice play by Melton. Inserted in at third and makes the tough play for the second out. Here comes Sixto. 1-for-3. Doubled his last time up. The pitch, 4-4-2. This one's hit towards right field, and it threw for a base hit. Andrews couldn't come up with it. And that's going to put Lescano on, and Bahnsen's night is done. New pitcher for the White Sox. They're going to go with Cy Acosta. Will come in to face the slick fielding shortstop, Robin Yount. Yount 0-for-2 today. The pitch. 5-3-1. And he walked him. A leadoff walk here. And that's going to bring up Gorman Thomas. 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch to Thomas. 4-6-4. This one's hit towards left and through for a base hit. Here comes Lescano. He'll score. And the Brewers grab the 1-run lead, 4-3. As that middle infield range gets to Chicago, Morales could not get to the ball hitting the hole. A base hit for Thomas. Here's Charlie Moore. 2-2-2. That's a pop-up on the infield. And first baseman Dick Allen gloves it for the final out, but it's 1 out too late. Gorman Thomas's RBI grounder through the left side of the infield scores the go-ahead run. And now it's the top of the 9th. They're going to bring in Castro. It's hard to exactly remember how the 80s, 70s, 80s did their relief pitching when you're so used to the way the modern game is as far as bringing in closers. And I see some of these guys, I mean, I have like great stats as far as closing ninth inning guys, but they only have like 6, 7, 8 saves. And I just, it's sometimes difficult to remember how they played it. It's easy to fall into that habit of bringing the guy in who's got a 1.81 ERA like Castro here and close out the game. So Andrews leads it off. Mike Andrews, 5-4-5. And he grounds one to short. Yount gloves it over to first. One away here in the ninth. Here's Dick Allen. They need a big one. They could use a big fly here from Dick Allen. The pitch from Castro. 3-3-2. That's going to be a shot towards right field. It's going to get down, and they're going to throw out Dick Allen trying to stretch that one into a triple. Oh, what a boneheaded play. Lexicano, they tested his arm, and that's the second time in this series that Lexicano has thrown out a runner trying to stretch a double into a triple. Huge, huge play here in the ninth. Dick Allen, not happy. Here's Carlos May. He's got a couple hits. He's down to their final out here, Chicago is. The pitch from Castro. 6-6-1. This is going to be a ground ball. He's a ground ball pitcher. On the ground towards second. Molitor. Can't field it. It's an error on Molitor. So the Brewers are still, or the White Sox are still alive. He will not try to steal here with 2 outs. And the tying run at first base. Bill Melton stands in. .252, this should do it. Popped him up. This is in foul ground. Out over towards the stands. Will reach up and make the catch for the final out. The Brewers come back and take this one 4-3. A thriller here at County Stadium. Gorman Thomas with the game-winning hit. For the longest time, it stood at 1-0 until the 7th when Milwaukee broke through for 3 runs. Don Money had 2 runs batted in. A big 2-run single in the 7th that put the Brewers on top for a short while. Tony Muser had a big pinch hit single that drove in 2 to tie the game in the 8th. But they get the lead right back. That middle infield of Chicago hurt them in this game. Big time. And that'll do it. Brewers escape with a 4-3 win. We head to Comiskey Park for Game 3. And the Brewers lead this series 2-0. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next one. Take care.